What's up? What's up? What's up, you guys? What's up, Tonya?
What's up, Ashley Denmark?
Oh, how you doing?
I'm good.
You are doing good today?
You forgot to restart the internet?
I did not.
I believe you did.
No. All right, you guys, come on in the room. How y'all doing? Let me turn my volume
Turn your
down.
volume down.
Put my phone on silent. How y'all doing today? Who's in the room? Type in the chat. Let me know who we have. You have.
Are you on my page?
Hmm?
Are you on my page?
It looks like it.
Yeah, look like it. Let me see. I don't edit the post. I'm messing up.
What's up, Darius? Hey, Angela. Hey, April. What's up, you guys? Hey, Chris.
I got a secret.
What's your secret?
Can I tell the people my secret?
What's up, beautiful?
What's up? Can I tell the people my secret?
Sure.
All right. Y'all can't tell nobody this secret. Y'all in here early.
First of all, you on every page. It's not a secret.
The people that's in here gonna hear.
Okay.
I miss y'all, man. We haven't done a live on Tuesday in a month or so, man.
We did a month.
I miss talking to y'all and getting caught up and listening to what y'all got going on. So just know that we ain't gonna do that no more. We ain't gonna take no month break.
It's a wrap for that. I forgot everything that I needed to do to get ready. Like,
that's why we late.
I said, now what do I love? Oh, it's StreamYard. I said, has anybody in the team checked to make sure all my access to StreamYard was good?
Oh man.
And I said, oh, Tanya gonna be mad at me. Hey, Miss Simon. Hey, Kelvin.
Yo.
Absolutely. Y'all come on. I'm excited.
We talking about money today, y'all.
We are talking about
money. That's
Craig.
one of the biggest challenges that a lot of people face when it comes to getting started in real estate. It's not the biggest, but it's one of the biggest.
It becomes the biggest if you haven't did it. It becomes the biggest mentally. Hey, Quentin.
What's up?
Go ahead. Don't get sidetracked.
All right, I'm not getting sidetracked.
Listen.
Right.
So when Tanya said we're talking about money, he got sidetracked
because the
text was talking about money.
Fact. So let me get a little poll of the room. Even if you watch the replay, if you're looking for funding to do your first deal, give me a 1 in the chat.
Yeah,
give me a 1. In the chat. I'm looking for funding to do my first deal.
If that's you, type 1 in the chat.
Type a 1 in the chat. Let me know who's gonna get blessed today.
Oh, I see y'all one.
Yeah, okay. There he is. What's up, boss?
Okay, Kay. Okay, Angela. Okay. All right, now. All right, Kenneth. All right.
Let's go. So we're gonna get going, and you got a formal way to get going? Because I forgot how to even get going.
My name is Ashley Denmark.
My name is Antonio Denmark, and we are your group moderators, operators, and all of the above.
Oh, I see you, Marcus. Really one?
Marcus. So one of the things that I want to say out the gate is that people believe that when they see other investors or other people buying property, that they are using their hard-earned cash.
Yeah, their savings, their 401k, just any money that they have, they feel like they're using that.
And they believe that people are just rich and they've been saving money all their life.
Or been handed money.
Or somebody in the family just gave them some money to go start their real estate journey, y'all.
Absolutely, but that's not the case.
That's not the case, y'all. That Steve.
Well, that may be the case for some, but that's not the case towards wealth. Let me say that.
That's not the case for most.
Yeah.
Most people don't have a rich
$100,000,
uncle or somebody to give them some
$200,000.
money, or a
Right.
rich parent to give them some money, or a rich friend that say, "Hey, here go $100,000, go buy us a house and bring us back some money." That's not normal, all right?
Not at all.
Especially not of the people that follow us. Most people that follow us trying to get it out the mud. At just point blank period. They trying to get it, and funds is one of the things that stop them. So the first thing I want to tell you is that people are not using their money to buy and fix whole houses.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If they're buying a house for 100,000 and it needs 50,000 repairs, they don't. Most people don't have $150,000 cash that they're dumping into these properties and getting the return on.
Right.
So get that out of your head. Let's debunk that myth. And I think that's a part of the group and why we call REI Decoded. We're gonna break down all these little factors that we built in our own head.
Our personal roadblocks that told us because we built them up, we can't invest in real estate. We'll never be able to build generational wealth. We can't have a portfolio because we have all of these factors that are stopping us. And I'm here to tell you that none of those factors matter. And I used to think that I couldn't teach people if I hadn't experienced it. So I'm telling you right now from experiences, if you have foreclosures in the past, that doesn't matter. If your credit score is bad, like that doesn't matter. Like there are, all of these are myths that you put together just to stop you from, one, facing your fears, two, from reaching your goals. So whatever those fears and those obstacles that you put in front and say, time doesn't matter because
Go on sidetrack.
But all of those things don't matter.
Funding.
I'm getting there.
Funding.
You gotta let me flip it.
Flip it. Let me watch this flip.
I'm done now. Go.
All right. So where I want to start high level. I want to start with a term in the real estate world that we use a lot. OPM. All right. If you don't understand what OPM stands for
other people money.
So when we say OPM, that's other people's money. That comes in so many different forms and fashion. Mm-hmm. But the concept of OPM is what you truly need to understand.
Right.
You need to understand that you can take other people's money, invest it into real estate, and get a return. Mm-hmm. All right. So one of the major forms of OPM that we use is called hard money. Mm-hmm. Why is it called hard money? I have no idea, no clue.
I'm sure there's a reason.
Don't even try to figure it out.
It's not that important.
Just know that in our world, it's called hard money.
Yeah.
All right. So hard money is one of the things that I used to run from
when we first
super fast. Yeah. I used to go the opposite way. I was never interested in hard money. I never wanted to deal with it because somebody told me at some point along my journey, hard money's too expensive.
It was expensive. It cost
you can't make no money using hard money. And when I heard that, I built a wall to hard money. And when I build walls, it's hard to get through them.
You said it, not me.
Well, I built the wall to hard money and just like never even went down that road. Every time I heard the word, I just cut it off, went the other direction. But I'm here to tell you that since I've been using hard money, my business has changed.
Yeah. Everything has changed.
Everything has changed.
Yeah.
Because I understood that hard money was just a form of OPM. And once I started to really understand OPM, we started to put things together and our business started to grow.
Yeah, life is literally a puzzle. And you have all the pieces in front of you and you just have to start putting it and figuring out what ends match and what ends don't. I think when that wall broke down, you started realizing, okay, there's a way for me to add hard money. There's a way for me to add this into my life so that I can start building my portfolio. And as a result, it went from 10 to 12 low income, not low income, but low income houses to building a $4 million portfolio. And it was only when it clicked.
And when I tell y'all it clicked, it was like Katrina and the levees bust, and it was just pouring because it clicked, and we took action on that clicking. Mm-hmm. So what we're gonna talk about today is more hard money, and we're gonna talk about the fix and flip part of hard money.
So when you hear us say real estate funding, that is a form of real estate funding when we're saying it. So just know that they go simultaneously with each other.
All right. And can you get this money if you've never done a deal before? Yes. You do not have to have experience.
Ooh, big facts.
To get a hard money loan.
Absolutely.
You don't have to have experience. They are willing to lend you, the novice, the beginner, the person who never rehabbed the property before in their life. They're willing to lend you money to buy and fix houses.
So guess what? That's another one. There's no excuse to not do it because it's available. It's gonna click, Lawanda.
Oh, it's gonna click. When it click, Lawanda,
you're gonna be showing up to my office, and you're gonna be like, "Wait a minute, Ashley gotta be here. Where is she?" Because you're gonna go crazy.
And I seen somebody on here that's watching. It clicked for the Stones, y'all.
It clicked.
It clicked.
It clicked.
And when it clicked, it ain't no turning off now. It's gonna open up some things that you never thought of. Mm-hmm. But Lawanda, when I tell you it's gonna click for you, it's gonna click. Mm-hmm. Sidetrack.
Okay.
So Lawanda is in the process of doing funding. I think she's up to like $100,000 in business funding. Business funding is a form of OPM.
Yes.
All right. Understand the concept of OPM. Business funding is a form of OPM. Lines of credit is a form of OPM. Mm-hmm. Retirement accounts is a form of OPM.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So let's talk about what is hard money. So most people are like, what is hard money? How do I get hard money? Hard money is not your traditional bank.
Miss Jelks, I've been looking for you. Ooh. I need to see you. You are in trouble, FYI. All right, go, Ashley.
I see you, Tori. So hard money, they're not your traditional bank. So it's not your Wells Fargo, your Chase. Those aren't your hard money lenders. Now, will they fund your real estate deals? Absolutely. But they're not your hard money lenders. I don't prefer to go to them, and I'm going to tell you why. So some of the reasons why we use hard money is because there's low documentation, meaning they're not asking for everything there is to know. They want to know if you got a business, is it a deal, is there room in the deal, and what the numbers look like. For real. That's what they want to know. Your credit is a factor, but it's not a large factor, especially when it comes to fix and flip.
Agree. Some things that they are not asking for. They're not asking for your W-2. They're not asking for your proof of income. They're not asking for your 2-year tax return. Most of them anyway. They're not asking for those things. So understand, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a real estate agent, if you are a broker, if you're in that world, and sometimes we don't have all those things lined up, that doesn't stop you from getting real estate funding to do your deals.
Right.
All right. Because they're not asking for those things. They're asking for things such as and we got it in there.
Your LLC documents. They want to make sure that it's the deal.
I think you skipped the whole thing though. So I ain't want to go too far. Yeah, I ain't want to go to LLC because I knew that was the next slide. That was it right there, man.
That's it right there.
No, baby, you on that page. We ain't talking about none of that stuff right now.
Oh, that's where I was.
That's not what.
Yeah, that was this.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go to the next.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
I know you can't. I can't see that.
I got you.
I've summarized.
Bad job. Hard money is asset-based lending, meaning they're going to look at the property. They're going to look at the asset. They're going to look at the potential of the asset. They want to know the as-is value, but they're more intrigued with the after repair value, and that's the ARV. So it's asset based lending. If you don't have a deal, it's a good chance they won't lend on.
Yeah. And most of the time when you're doing traditional, if that house is ugly, if the floors are caving
It need a new
in,
AC.
they don't want to lend on it. But with hard money, that's not the case. Like literally, hard money will lend on it because they know at the end of the day what you're doing. They understand your objective. They understand your goals, and those are the same goals and objectives that they have. And that's to make that house, as Trump would say, make their house great again. But it's to literally make it better than what it is, to increase the area, to increase the value of the property and the community at the same time.
There's no a limit to the amount of deals you can do. Like you can, compared to a traditional lender, they'll only give you a certain amount of loans. They're only looking at your DTI. When it comes to hard money, they're not looking at your DTI. Your DTI can be the shambles. They're not looking at that, y'all.
However, they do want to make sure that you have enough funds in the bank to be able to do those deals. So, and I would recommend make sure that you have enough in your account so that you can do it if you start to scale and do multiple. But they just want to know, do you have money in the bank? Is it a deal?
Yes. They do not report to your personal credit. This is a business thing. So if you're planning on buying a car, you're planning on buying a personal house or something like that, buying a investment property will not affect your personal DTI. So total separate thing.
Total separate thing. And that, I think that right there is so important because people get caught up with, maybe I want to buy a house. It has nothing to do with your personal house. Mm-hmm. In fact, you do not want to buy investment properties in your personal name and going on your personal credit. You absolutely do not want to do that. You want to be able to leverage your business. You want, for so many reasons, you want to make sure it's in a business and not in your personal name.
Yep. Hard money can close quick. If you got a good lender, 7 to 10 days, you can be in underwriting and out of underwriting, and you have a property in your lap.
Granted, you got to get your information, but once your information is there, that's when that timer starts for you to start getting in and out of underwriting. Versus your traditional banks, it's going to take 30 to 45 days, maybe even 60 days to close on that deal because it's not something that they're used to. It's not repetition to them when it comes to closing those types of deals.
Little to no seasoning. So what is seasoning? Seasoning is the time period to when after you buy the property to when you can refinance or do things with the property. So seasoning just means how long have you had the property?
Yeah.
One of the things I like about hard money is that you can buy the property on Monday and start your refinance process on Tuesday to get your money back. You can't do that with traditional.
No, traditional, most of the time they want 6 months to a year of you owning the property before you can refinance.
So if you buy it with, just say for some reason, you go to the foreclosure house, the courthouse, and you buy a property cash from the foreclosure. I still don't recommend cash, but you buy it from a form of cash. But you want to refinance and put hard money on it. You can start that process right away. You don't have to wait to let it seasoning or have it for so many days or so many months before you can actually put a loan on.
All right. Drop your questions in the chat, you guys. As you guys are developing questions, make sure you drop it in the chat. We want to make sure that you're understanding. We want to make sure that we don't leave any stones unturned. So if you got any questions, drop it in the chat because this is absolutely for you. All right. So we talked on about hard money wanting to know basically if it's a deal. They want to know if you got money in the bank. And depending on what you're doing, they're not really big when it comes to the credit score. All right. Credit score above 700.
600.
Above 600. But if you are looking to refinance and hold it longer, then you're going to need to be a little closer.
A little 660. But we talking about fixing flip loans.
Yeah.
All right. If you are below 600, that's not the end of the world, y'all.
That's not the end of the world.
Like, you can still get a hard money loan. It just might cost you a little bit more money.
You may have to put more money down. You may have to pay more in points and interest, but you can still do it as long as it's the deal. Now, they're not going to take a risk on your credit if you don't have a deal. So you got to at least have a slam dunk deal, and then they'll take that risk factor away when it comes to your credit score.
Yep.
You want to make sure you have LLC documents. What are my LLC documents? That is your operating agreement. All right. That is your letters of organization. Depending on where you are, they're called
articles of
organization, not letters. Articles of organization. They are your formation documents. You want to make sure you have a copy of your EIN number. All right, from your Social Security office, not just you writing it down.
From the IRS.
From the IRS. Well, I am all over. From the IRS. You want to make sure you have those documents. You want to make sure you have your operating agreement, because I don't know if I said that.
Yep.
But your operating agreement shows if it's 2 or more people in the business, what that ownership is, what that split is, what the payout is, who's signing. Like, you want to have those documents in place because it just makes your process so much smoother. If you've had your business entity for a minute, you want to make sure you have your letters of good standing. If you have those things, it's like 5 documents. If you have those 5 things in order, it's a go. You can meet that 7-10-day deadline.
You also need your scope of work. That's very important.
Yes. What's the scope of work?
A scope of work is a detailed outline of the repairs that you're going to do in the house and how much it's going to cost.
Mm-hmm.
So understand that. I don't know if it's in there, but when you're doing a real estate funding loan, they're going to do a appraisal on the property. They're going to take your scope of work and they are going to estimate how much this house will be worth if you do the repairs on this scope of work. So they're going to do it in the ugly stage, the flows messed up, the roof falling. They're going to look at it in the state it's in, and they're going to say, if they do everything on this scope of work, how much would the property be worth? That's what they're going to base your loan on.
What can they sell this for after they fixed it up and did the items on this scope of work?
And this is a minor roadblock for a lot of people because you're waiting on your contractor to give you a scope of work before you make the bid and start the process. Understand, you got to do that work on the front end.
Yeah, you got to do that quickly. For one, you're not going to get the deal under contract if you waste that time trying to. As soon as the house hit the market, you're lining up 2 to 3 contractors, and then you're placing your offer. They probably already accepted another offer by then. So you want to make sure you do your due diligence. You want to make sure you do it quickly, and roll with it.
Free game. It's going to save you a lot of headache and pain.
Okay.
Before you get your property, have your contractors. Don't wait to get your property and then try to find your contractors. It's going to be a pain in the backside.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm telling you now, find your contractors before you find your property. Talk prices with your contractors before you find your property. Go see their quality of work before you buy your property.
Absolutely.
Don't wait to buy the property and say, I'm an investor now. You got to start thinking now that you're an investor. You got to start thinking now, what do I need to do to accomplish this goal of getting my first investment property? Mm-hmm. It's not just real estate. It's not just the funding part of real estate. It's the contractor part also. If you can't call on 3 to 5 people in every section of construction, you don't got enough subcontractors.
All right. So what are those sections? You want to make sure you have a GC. You want to make sure you have a roofer. You want to make sure you have a plumber. You want to make sure you have an HVAC specialist. You want to make sure you have an electrician. You want to make sure you have someone in all of those facets, 5 different carpenters, so that you're not waiting to the last minute. Tori question is, my LLC is only a few months old. Would that be a problem? No.
Nope.
That would not be a problem.
It's not a problem.
We have literally helped some of our friends create an LLC the day before, 2 days before closing.
Yes.
So no, that's not a problem. You just put the house under contract in your personal name. You tell the hard money lender we're going to be closing with an LLC. We're finalizing what that LLC is going to be, and then create your LLC if you don't already have one.
Yep.
Now they will not close without an LLC, but if your LLC is a few months old, that's even better.
That's actually right there ahead of the curve.
Yeah, it's right there at your fingertips. All you got to do is send the information over.
I've seen some other questions too. I've seen them, but I didn't. You kind of went through real quick on them.
I didn't see it.
Okay.
One that said, how do you find hard money lenders?
I answer that question.
Okay.
The first thing I would do is I would find people that are using hard money lenders. I would get referrals before I just go on it, because you can always go on the internet and search hard money lenders. Mm-hmm. But that's not the way I would recommend doing it. What I would recommend is you going to people who's actually use hard money lenders and get the referral from them on what hard money lenders they're using. So don't just try to figure it out on your own. Let somebody who's already went through the process refer somebody to you, because a lot of times all hard money lenders not created equal. Them salespeople, they will tell you some things that's not exactly true.
Until it gets to underwriting, and then you find out, well, I can't really do what they said I could do. So now I'm back to the drawing boards. Or I may have to bring more money because this isn't what they told me I was going to have to bring to the table.
Yeah. So I will always say start with referral first. After that, I'll send you a message.
Absolutely. Quentin said, can you refi into a regular conventional loan with days of getting the home? So, no, with conventional, you cannot. But with hard money, you can.
Conventional, for most conventional lenders, they need 6 months of seasoning, and that's a short window.
Yeah.
So if you buy a house and you want to put it in traditional funding, most of the time you got to wait 6 months before they give you the full ARV of that property. Now, they might give you a as-is value, or they might give you a LTV, which is LTC, which is loan to cost, meaning how much you put into it. Now, they won't give you all your money back, but they'll give you a percentage of it. Mm-hmm. But traditional seasoning go hand in hand.
And you want to make sure that you understand that, because what you don't want is when it's time to refinance and say you paid $50,000 for the house and you think that you're going to get $75,000 when honestly you're only going to get that $50,000.
You confused me just then. Say it again.
So you want to make sure what that lender offers. So if they require that seasoning for a year before they give you the full max ARV, say that ARV is $100,000 and they're going to lend 75% of that ARV. Well, if you didn't have the right seasoning, and their model is only to lend 75% at 6 months, a year, whatever their cap is for, and you're trying to do it at 2-3 months, just know that you're not going to get the max. So you're not going to get that 75,000. You may get that 50, which is a big difference if you were planning on using it to do another deal.
Yeah, the terms can change based on the seasoning. In that situation. All right, I understand you now. All right, next slide. Good questions though, y'all. What's up, Reginald?
Hey, Reginald. Hey, Juan.
What's up, CC? I didn't see you sliding here. Juan.
So they are concerned more with the hard money lenders are concerned more with the collateral, more with the asset. Is it a deal? I don't think I can stress that enough times. Do we have a deal? And if you don't have a deal, go find a deal so that they can do it. All right.
Hard monies do short and long-term loans. Mm-hmm. They do 6 months to a year long, but they also do 30-year loans. Yeah. If you're interested in those 30-year loans, we ain't gonna talk about it on here, but we have did a training on 30-year loans. Just put 30-year in the chat, and I'll send you the replay on 30-year loans so you can understand that process, because it's a little different
than the fix
and flip. So if you put 30 in the chat, I'll have somebody on the team to send you the replay when we talked about the long-term loan.
Yes. Hard money lenders, they are going to have a higher interest rate than your traditional lenders. All right. They are going to cost a little bit more. But you just make sure at the end of the day that you understand how much it is that you're going to make and that you make that. It really doesn't matter how much they make. And let me say this. If you're making 30, 40,000 on the loan, who cares if they make $10,000 if you didn't have to come up with all the money? You get what I'm saying? So you got to always take that into your thought process, because you don't want to get caught on how much money am I paying, but more so on how much money am I making. So you got to flip it and change your mindset so that you're not looking at how much it costs, but you're looking at, if I do this deal, how much can I make?
And I would say this was my personal biggest challenge when it came to real estate is I was always taught cash is king. I was always taught don't pay no interest. I was always taught if you're going to do a deal, do it 50-50. I was always taught that don't pay people for their money per se. Is and that's totally wrong, y'all.
Yeah, you should pay.
Like that's when and I'm gonna step on some of y'all toes right now, but I gotta do it. That's a poverty mindset. I'm gonna tell you right now. If you are looking at a deal and you're looking at how much it's gonna cost you or how much somebody's making off of you, you got a poverty mindset. That's not how wealthy people think. That's not how people who build businesses and have a lot of real estate think. They think first, how much money am I going to make off the deal?
And am I okay with it? With the deal?
Is it a deal for
me?
me?
Yeah.
That's where we started. We don't start with how much they're going to make. If I'm going to make what I want to make off the deal, I don't care what they're going to make. I don't care what the next man make. I don't care if it's double what I'm making. As long as I'm going to make what I want to make,
I'm gonna negotiate.
I'm gonna do the deal.
I'm gonna negotiate what I want to make.
Now that don't mean I'm not gonna look for the cheapest money possible. I'm always gonna look for the cheapest money, but I'm not gonna let because somebody else is making $10,000 and I'm making $10,000 and they ain't do no work. I'm not gonna let that stop me from doing a deal. If the $10,000 is my number, if I'm gonna make 20,000, they gonna make 20,000. I don't care about that 20,000 as long as I can make what I want to make. And it's a hard mindset to shift. It's a constant thing that you got to be reminded of.
Absolutely.
Especially if you don't come up in this stuff, if this stuff is not taught to you on a regular basis, don't worry about what they're going to make. As long as you can make what you're going to make on the deal, do the deal.
Do the deal. Absolutely. I saw a question, but I think they erased it.
Okay.
Because I don't see it anymore.
I seen you 30, Tamika.
Hey,
I seen you 30, Quentin.
So hard money lenders, they have more options than most people really don't. So they got you have your fix and flip deals. That's when you are buying it. They are giving you the money to renovate it, and then you can sell it and make a profit. They have your bridge loans. Hey y'all, hey Sean. Rental financing, multifamily, new construction. Hard money lenders have countless of options because they understand who you are as a real estate investor. They understand what your goals are, and they understand that that's the way that they make money too, is by helping you reach your goals. So you name the product, they probably have it. All right.
Yes. Reginald put a great comment. He said, my value comes in the money I make for those who believe in me.
That's right.
I'm going to read it again.
That's right.
He says, my value comes in the money I make for those who believe in me. I'm going to give y'all some secrets, all right? The other one was a big one. This is going to be bigger. If you ever want to make money, find out how you can help somebody else make money.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you helping somebody else make money,
you'll make money.
You going to make money.
Yeah. Every time you're helping someone else, you're gonna get the reaping at the end. It may not come in the form that you're thinking, but absolutely every time. Hold up, I see some.
Yeah, y'all coming in, y'all bringing them questions, man. Good questions.
How do you know going in if it's a good deal or a bad deal? Your numbers will never lie to you, Wakanda. It will never lie to you. The first thing you need to do is you need to know what
That's a separate. Like you got like that's
the training.
That's a deep question.
Yeah.
But
we got to give it to
quick answer is we like to use the 65% or 70% rule. All right. Not saying that's the be all end all, but that's how we kind of
that's what helps us calculate. Yeah, that's what helps us calculate our deals quickly so that we're not wasting time putting in.
And to tell you what it is the ARV, meaning the after repair value. All right. Got to understand what that is. If they think the house is going to be worth $100,000 fixed up, that's the ARV. Mm-hmm. All right. You take the ARV and times it by 70%. All right. That's what we call your all-in number. That's your purchase and rehab number combined. Mm-hmm. So a quick example is if the ARV is $100,000 and you're using a 70% model, that means your purchase and rehab can't equal more than $70,000.
So you can buy the house for $50
and put $20 into it.
You can, but you can't buy the house for $50 and put $30 into it.
That means it's not a deal.
That's not a deal.
So that's just a quick way. It's deeper than that, but just know on the surface, if you follow that guideline, that'll help you identify what's a deal.
Absolutely. Jesse said, would you do a cash out refinance with the hard money lender?
Absolutely. We do them all the time. That's our bread and butter.
Absolutely.
Our Flipper method is built on doing cash out refinances.
Hey, Yolanda.
I have a question over here.
Miss Simon said, that was good, Reginald.
That was.
Can I do a second round of business funding with a different LLC, or can I use the same one? So both answers are yes.
Yes, you can do both.
You can do both. You can do a new LLC and do another round. You can do a second round with that current LLC that you just did the first round in. Yeah, you can do 4, 5 LLCs. You can actually do both of them.
Since the answer question, you can do both. Create a new LLC, get a new LLC or Age Corp and go for funding again, or you can go for funding in that same business with different banks. Yes. So the first time you probably went to 8 to 10 banks, you can go another 8 to 10 banks or credit unions or things like that. So yes, you can do both. Sean had already answered me. Yes, Chris, you can. Yes, Tamika. I'll leave it in the group. You're in the REI Decoded group.
Make sure you're in
so REI it'll be Decoded. In the REI Decoded group.
Right. I see you pointing. Absolutely. Okay, so qualifications when it comes to your hard money loan. Complete their loan application. All right, that was probably my biggest hurdle, and it's number one.
And it sounds simple, y'all.
It was my biggest hurdle. And Tony would say, "Can you complete this?" And I would be like bawling in frustration, like, "I can't do this. I don't even know how to answer these questions." He's like, "Just answer. They want to know this. Listen.
It's not.
They want to know if you got some money in the bank. They want to know if you got any CDs, any savings, any money somewhere."
That's all they really want to know.
But all of those questions about money somewhere had me looking puzzled. Like, am I supposed to have money in all these places? Because I ain't got money in all these places. This is all I got.
If y'all ever want to see Ashley shut down, put a loan application in front of her. She will shut down whenever I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Whenever y'all hear her tell her story about how she quit or she gave her resignation letter, it was because of a loan application.
I'm sure it was.
She did not want to do the loan. I knew what it was. She did not want to do the damn loan application. And she was just like, I'm done with it.
I'm done.
Totally shut down.
Else. I'm done with you, this business. Right. Overthinker.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Classic.
Overthinker. I am thinking about what's next. What they gonna ask me next? Just do what's right here, man. Ashley. Is what Tony over to me.
The loan is stated income, y'all. Like they're not even checking that stuff, honestly. It's stated income, especially on a fix and flip loan.
Would you screenshot? But I was like, well, I'm supposed to have more money. Like, I ain't got enough money. And so it was like, just put what you have. And I was like, I can't do this. You're gonna have to do this.
So yes, sounds simple, but loan application, photo ID, entity documents. You're gonna need 2 months of bank statements. That's what most lenders want. Let me say this when it comes to bank statements. They're not looking at what flows through your bank statement.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So if your bank statement has $50,000 that went through for the month, but you got $2,000 at the end of the month, they are looking at $2,000.
That's what you got. That's what your bank account show at the end of the month is $2,000. That's just how it is. So whenever you are thinking of hard money or you're trying to go into that world, start looking at what you have at the end of the month. That's so important. Reginald laughing. That's so important because if you got 50,000 running through that account and 49 coming out, you got $1,000.
That's it.
If you gotta wait till the first to pay some bills and do some stuff, you wait till the first till you replenish. But at the end of the month, your bank account need to be on point. All right.
Yeah.
And 2 months of it. Don't just do one good month and then think that next month you're good.
Yeah, okay. So that 1 month you got 25,000 at the end of the statement, and then the next month you got 2,000. Then not you're gonna have to wait 2 more months. Okay. Maybe.
I gotta say this real quick. If you start the loan in the middle of the month, but it leads to that next month closing,
you're gonna need to show that.
You're gonna need to show that current month statement. So don't think just because the first 2 months was good, you were underwriting, you approved, and you go to close on the 3rd, and they be like, "Hey, before we close, send me that bank statement from last month."
Send me a screenshot.
Don't get caught with your pants down.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we got some fully loaded questions over here. Okay. I'm looking into trying to find a decent multifamily that I may want to buy and live in. If I use part of my 401k, should I take out pre-tax or post-tax?
That is not the question for this training.
But it kind of depends on where you stand. You don't need to take out the whole if you're using hard money, but really finding out what your end goal is. Is it cash flow or equity? And then that really determines how much you're going to end up taking out.
Like she said, a loaded question.
Yeah, that's a loaded question. That's like a where you stand right now question. Do you have to tell them where all your money is at? Stocks, bonds, crypto?
Great question.
So
great question.
You don't have to tell them where all your money is if you have enough money sitting in your savings and checking accounts. Okay. You don't have to tell them where everything is. But at that time, when I was filling out these loan applications, I had just got laid off from the bank. And I was in the process of moving my 401k money and getting it. So I was like, I ain't got this extra stuff. They told me they sit in my 401k money. So right now I think it's zero. I can't really show for it. It's still in the clouds until they send it over. And do I got enough for this deal? Because this is my first real deal without having a real bank account.
You want to get Jesse Lee question?
Yeah, I'm making sure it's no more up under that.
If also like with crypto and your stock, if you got enough money in the bank, don't worry about that stuff. Just keep that stuff off and just go to money in the bank.
Now, if you need to use it, then you better put it on because every dollar counts if you need it.
Yeah.
Jesse Lee said, when you get the cash out funds, does it have to sit in your account the 2 months? If you can show where it's coming from, then it doesn't have to sit. So if you are doing a real estate transaction and you can show how you got a closing statement and where it came from, it doesn't have to sit. But if it just pop up, you at least just need it to sit one bank statement.
Yeah. So if hypothetically speaking, if you like my mama and you got money under your mattress, but you want to start doing real estate, you need to take that money,
put it in the bank.
Put it in the bank. All right. And let it cycle through a bank statement. Then you can go for a loan. Like you can't put it in there on August 15th and then send them a bank statement on August 30th and August 28th and think that they're not going to ask no questions. Now, if it's in the bank and it sees it for at least a month, they really not going to go back and say, hey, where does this money come from? But if it's directly coming while you're doing that loan, they're going to ask questions.
And not only this is for hard money loans. So not your traditional lending. This is for hard money lending.
All right. That is literally the question at the bottom. Most people ask, what's the minimum amount of money I need in the bank Miss Parents gonna be telling her business. What's the minimum amount of money that I need in the bank to do a hard money loan? My personal opinion is about $15,000. At $15,000, you can get you a loan where the ARV is about 150. The purchase is 80. Rehab is 20. Make sure my numbers right.
Why you ain't go simple numbers? Because that right there.
I was right. My number's right. Purchase 80, rehab 20. That's the lowest amount you're gonna need is about 15,000. The trick though is if your loan is less than 150,000, you might need to bring more money because lenders don't like loans of that size and they charge more down payment.
Those are heavy risk factor loans because they feel like I ain't trusting Sean. They feel like they're in very bad areas and that they have a greater chance of losing their investment.
Yeah. At the same token, if you go up to $100,000 ARV, you're gonna have to bring more money that way too. So understand 15 is kind of that starting point. Comfortably for most deals, 20 is about where you need to be. But it just varies depending on the type of loan you're getting and the ARV of the property. All right. So start at 15. And what I say is if you at 15, but you need to be at 20, you can go put $3,000-$4,000 into the bank to make it to 20. Mm-hmm. You just can't go put 15 if you got 4 or 5 and think it's okay.
Yeah, that's not okay. Nowhere is that okay.
Reginald put, as a lender, this is hilarious. Just fill out the application. If the answer is 0, just say 0.
Just say 0. Don't overthink it.
All right, let's go. And stay to the end because we're gonna show y'all. This is an example from. It's not a recent example, but I do have a recent example after this
one. All right, so this property was a fix.
Before you go, the thing about real estate funding and hard money funding that I love is that it gives you the money to buy the property
and to
fix the property.
Yeah.
And I meant to say that earlier. But when you're getting a fix and flip loan, you're getting money to buy it and rehab it. You don't have to just use the hard money to buy it and rehab it out of your own pocket.
On your own.
They give you the money to do both.
Yeah. So what does the deal look like? Purchase price for this deal was $74,000. The estimated rehab was $35,000. Estimated ARV, the after repair value, what it was going to be worth once that rehab of $35,000 was completed, is $180,000. I can't see that part, so you got to.
The total loan was $109, so we can go on to the next one. So this is kind of a snapshot. This was a 3 points. And points are also called origination points or origination fees. This is where they make their money. They're going to charge you that.
And they should charge you because they are lending you money and they are in the business of making money just like you.
Yeah. So most lenders are going to be anywhere, especially from a fix and flip, between 3, 4, 5 is like too much. But with no experience, you might pay 5. But just understand what it is and how it's calculated. So if you have a loan of $100,000, if they say they're charging you 4 points, that's 4% of the loan. So that means your points or origination fees will be $4,000. That's paid upfront, part of your closing costs. So just understand how to calculate it. Points is a percentage of your loan.
Oh, did I delete one? Hold up.
Use the difficulties. All right. So on this loan, this lender here did 100% purchase and rehab. All right. We're not going to get into the 80%, 90%. Just understand that this lender in particular did 100% purchase and rehab. So these are the actual fees that came from this loan.
Let me say this. It's not typical that lenders do 100% purchase and 100% rehab.
Yeah, it's not typical.
That's not typical.
You got to have some experience. You gotta know some people. You got to be connected. Mm-hmm. Most time it's going to be 90% or 20%.
or 80%.
I guess I said it backwards.
Yeah, it's gonna be 80%.
80%, 90%. So translation is you got to bring 10% or 20% to close.
Yeah, of your loan amount.
Right.
So this loan amount was $409,000. Purchase price was $74,000. The rehab on hold, and we're gonna talk about that in a few, was $35,000. Loan origination points 3,720. Admin fees, which is your document fees. All
that's how they make money.
All the things that they have people that are doing these different parts, and that's how they get paid. So that's $2,495. Your wire and recording fees, $50. Prepaid interest, $179. Estimated insurance, $1,099. Estimated title cost, $1,500. So the borrower had to bring $8,593 to closing, and they needed to show $18,594 in their bank account.
So
for this deal,
let's put this in layman terms. All right, this is like real estate 101. I don't know what you're talking about, Mr. Demar. Help me understand. This person put down, and this is actually one of our loans. This person put down $8,500 out of their bank account for a loan to buy the house and repair the house. All right. The potential profit on this deal was about $50,000 to $60,000. So this person basically had to bring $8,500 to closing. You got to make your interest only payments. So when you see they say they want to see the $18,000 in the bank, that's because they want you to make sure you got money to pay your interest payment.
And they want to make sure that you have money to start your rehab, which is why it says rehab hold. As you are doing the rehab, they are reimbursing you that $35,000 as you are doing the rehab. They don't give it to you all up front, but they're making sure that they're giving it to you in increments as completed. Okay.
All right. So even though this just off the top, this person made $3,200 off me, they made $2,500 off me. They gonna get interest payment, so they gonna probably make about $8,000 to $12,000 off this loan. But I'm gonna make about $50,000. Don't let paying them $8,000 or $9,000 stop you from making $50,000. Change your mindset.
Absolutely. Reggie says points equal. I don't know you like that, and you're asking for my fee.
That's what it equals.
Yeah, I don't know you like that, but here's my fee since I'm taking a risk on you. Absolutely. All right, let's go to.
So that deal was an ARV of 180. So the next deal we're gonna talk about, this one we just closed last week on one of our private clients. The ARV on this property was $295,000. All right. Let's let it sink in. The after repair value is $295,000. All right. The purchase price on the loan was $120,000. Rehab was $85,000. All right. We paid $6,000 in origination fees. We paid $1,000 in admin fees.
The recording and wires closing fees all wrapped into one.
All that was wrapped into one. So we brought $11,500 to closing. All right. In our bank account, we had to have $21,000 to show. All right. So just layman terms, hear me out. If the ARV on this property is $295, our loan is for $205, that's $90. If we gotta pay $10,000 to $15,000 in fees, we're looking at making about $65,000 to $75,000 on this deal. And all we brought to the table was $11,500. Now, do we got 21 in the bank to make our payments to get our rehab going? Yes. But understand that you don't need $100,000 to do a deal. Like I literally talked to a real estate agent last week who's been doing real estate for 28 years, and she's never bought her own investment property because she thought she had to have a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
She didn't understand that there's people out here that will lend you money to buy these deals.
Mm-hmm. Any questions, you
guys?
I'm done.
Well, y'all got us today, boy. I'm telling y'all, we miss y'all, man.
Any questions?
Make sure we didn't miss any questions.
Okay.
I feel like Jesse Lee asked the question about
when you get this might be one. I look like I did miss one. When you get the cash out funds, does it? Oh no, I answered that. Does it have to sit in your account? I did answer that.
Once you get cash out from a cash out refinance, you do whatever you want to do with the money.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Did you guys learn something today? If you learned something, give me a heart. If you learned something.
A heart is so weak, bro. A heart.
What? Don't like it? Your heart?
A heart, though, man. Like that's so girly, man. Hey, listen, y'all. We finna get ready to get out of here. If y'all got while y'all formulating y'all questions, while y'all formulating y'all questions, man, we got REI Live tonight. We got a State of the Market panel that's coming to REI Live that's going to talk to us. We got Mr. Phil Duke coming. We got Gabe Long coming.
Lindsay will be in the place, so I'm excited with Spartan.
So we got some heavy hitters that's going to be talking to y'all.
Battle will be in the place.
Let's go, Meg.
Absolutely.
That's going to be giving y'all some game. That's going to be telling y'all what they're experiencing.
What this market is looking like.
I'm not a political person, y'all. So I don't talk politics. I don't even pay attention to politics. And I'm 40 almost years old. And some people going to feel like that's a disgrace. But I'm going to tell you this. It don't matter what happened in that White House. Antonio Denmark going to be buying property.
Yeah, like, I don't even think I can say that any differently. People need somewhere to live, you guys. So people are going to always be getting married. They're going to be either selling their previous homes because they got married. They're going to be having kids. They're going to be either looking to downsize or they're going to be looking to upsize. Like there's going to always be movement and shaking when it comes in real estate. We need somewhere to stay. It's not necessarily a want. You might want somewhere nice, but you need somewhere to stay. So real estate is always going to be in place. Now, do you have to pivot sometimes and do different strategies that are in your tool belt? That's what we're going to find out tonight. We're going to find out, are we pivoting? Are we continuing down our path? What are we doing? What market are we shifting to?
Are we buying rentals? Are we buying flips? Are we buying subject twos? Like, what are we doing? Like, hear from the people that's in the market every day. What are they doing? Have they made any adjustments? Do they plan on making any adjustments? Like, get this stuff from the ground level, y'all. You can listen to the news, and they're giving you a view that sometimes don't even have nothing to do with your area. So make sure you're getting this stuff from your people so that you can understand what's going on in your market.
Absolutely. Brady said life is going to keep going on. Absolutely.
Keep going on.
Said the safest investment. Absolutely. Absolutely. I can't wait to see you, Kay.
Absolutely. Yes. Let's roll, man. We got out of here on time.
Bless you guys. See y'all next week. See you tonight.
Let go.
Deuces.